Hello, everyone. Welcome back to A1 English Podcast, the show where we make real English simple, friendly, and fun.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Jack. We're so happy you're here with us today.
Before we start, quick reminder. If you're learning English and you want to improve naturally, don't forget to like this episode and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, because when you subscribe, you're not just supporting us, you're supporting your own English journey.
Okay, Jack. Today we're talking about something really surprising. One word, two completely different meanings.
That's right. Today's topic is word stress, specifically the word present.
Wait, just one word can have two meanings?
Exactly. Say it one way, it means a gift. Say it another way, it means to show something. Same letters, different sound, different meaning.
That sounds like magic.
It's not magic, Jessica. It's stress, word stress. And by the end of this episode, you'll understand exactly how it works.
I love this topic already. Let's start easy, no stress. Well, actually, today it's all about stress.
Good one. Okay, let's go.
Okay, Jack, let me ask you something simple first. What does stress mean in a word?
Good question. In every English word with more than one syllable, one part is said a little louder and a little longer than the rest. That louder, longer part is the stress.
So it's like one part of the word gets more energy?
Exactly. Think of it like a drum beat. Ba, da, or da, ba. One beat is strong, one is soft.
Okay, give me an example.
Take the word banana. We don't say ba-na-na or ba-na-na. We say banana. The middle part gets the energy.
Banana. Okay, I hear it now.
Perfect. Now here's why this matters so much. In English, some words are spelled exactly the same, but the stress moves. And when the stress moves, the meaning changes.
So the spelling stays the same, but the sound and meaning change?
Exactly. And today's word is a perfect example. P-R-E-S-E-N-T. Present.
Okay, I'm ready. Teach me.
Let's do it. First, let's understand why this confuses learners. Textbooks show you the spelling, but they don't always show you the sound. So people read the word and guess the stress, and sometimes they guess wrong.
That makes sense. When I first learned English, I thought stress didn't matter much as long as the letters were right.
That's such a common feeling, but in spoken English, stress can completely change what you're saying. Today, we'll fix that, one clear example at a time.
Can you explain why English even works this way? It feels strange that one word can hide two words inside it.
Great question. Many English words came from French and Latin a long time ago, and over the centuries, English speakers started using stress to separate the thing meaning from the action meaning, without changing the spelling at all.
So it's almost like the history of the language left us a little puzzle.
Exactly. And once you know the trick, the puzzle becomes really easy to solve.
I love that. So this isn't random. There's a real pattern behind it.
There is, and by the end of today's episode, you'll be able to use that pattern with dozens of different words, not just present.
I'm ready. Let's start with the first version of present.
All right, let's talk about our first key point, present. Stress on the first part, present.
This is super important.
When we stress the first syllable, present, it's a noun. It means a gift, or it can mean now, this moment.
Let me give a real-life example.
Please.
Imagine it's your friend's birthday. You would say, I bought you a nice present for your birthday.
Perfect. That sounds so natural.
Now, many learners make a small mistake. They say the same sentence, but they stress the second part. I bought you a nice present.
Oh, I hear that all the time.
The problem is, present, with stress on the second part, is not a gift anymore. It's a completely different word, a verb.
So the correct way for the gift is I bought you a nice present. Stress on pre.
Exactly. Let's give another example to make it even clearer.
Good idea.
Think about talking about right now, this moment. You could say, at the present time, I am learning English.
And notice how the stress is still on the first part, pre, even though the meaning is now instead of gift?
Yes, that's the key. Whenever present is a noun, a gift, or now, the stress stays on the first part.
Not complicated at all, right?
Not at all. Now let's move to the second version.
Okay, now let's talk about present, stress on the second part.
This one is equally important.
When the stress moves to the second syllable, present, it becomes a verb. It means to show something, or to give a talk, or to introduce something to people.
Let's make this super practical.
Imagine you're at work, and tomorrow you have to show your ideas to your team.
What would you say?
You would say, tomorrow I will present my ideas to the team.
Perfect. And why does that work?
Because present here is an action, something you do. And in English, when present is a verb, the stress almost always moves to the second part.
Now here's a common mistake.
Oh, let's talk about mistakes. These are so helpful.
People often say, tomorrow I will present my ideas, with stress on pre.
And the problem with that is it sounds unnatural to a native speaker. It sounds like you're talking about a gift, not an action.
So instead, we should say, tomorrow I will present my ideas, stress on sent.
Much better.
Let's practice one more time. Fill in the blank. She wants to open her birthday blank before dinner.
Everyone listening, pause for a second. How would you say it, and where is the stress?
The answer is present, with stress on pre, because it's a gift, a noun.
Did you get it right? If yes, amazing. If not, don't worry. That's exactly why we're here.
Learning takes time, and mistakes are part of the process.
One more small tip before we move on. Do you notice that the vowel sound also changes a little between the two versions?
Now that you mention it, yes. In present, the first part sounds like pre, but in present, the first part almost disappears. It becomes a very quick, soft sound.
Exactly right. When a syllable is not stressed, English speakers often say it quickly and softly, almost like puh, instead of a full, clear sound.
So the stressed syllable isn't just louder. The unstressed syllable actually gets weaker and shorter too.
Perfect summary. That contrast, strong versus weak, is really what creates the music of English.
I never thought about it as music before, but that's exactly what it feels like.
That's a great way to think about it. Every sentence has its own rhythm, and stress is the beat that holds it together. Oh, there are many, and once you understand the pattern, you'll start noticing them everywhere.
Let's hear a few.
First one, record and record. As a noun, record means a music album or an official document. Stress on the first part.
Like, I bought a new record from my favorite singer.
Exactly. But as a verb, record means to make a recording, like a video or audio. Stress moves to the second part.
Can you record this podcast episode for me?
Perfect example. Next one, object and object. As a noun, object means a thing, like a chair or a phone.
This is a strange object on the table.
Right. But as a verb, object means to disagree strongly with something.
I object to this plan. It's not fair.
Exactly. Same spelling, opposite side of the sentence, different job.
This is fascinating. Give us one more.
Sure. Contract and contract. Contract, stress on the first part, is a noun, a legal paper you sign, for example, for a job.
Please read the contract carefully before you sign.
And contract, stress on the second part, is a verb, and it means to become smaller or to shrink.
Metal can contract when it gets cold.
Exactly right. So notice the pattern, everyone. In many two-syllable words like these, present, record, object, contract, permit, and produce, when the word is a noun or a thing, the stress usually falls on the first part.
And when the same word becomes a verb, an action, the stress moves to the second part.
That's the rule. It's not true for every single word in English, but it's true for a large and very common group of them, so it's an excellent pattern to learn.
So if I hear a new two-syllable word and I'm not sure how to say it, I can ask myself, is this a thing or is this an action?
Exactly. That question alone will help you guess the correct stress most of the time.
That's such a simple trick for something that used to feel so confusing.
That's the goal today. Simple tricks, real confidence.
Can we hear just a couple more examples? I think the more we hear, the more natural this will feel.
Of course. Let's try permit and permit. Permit, stress on the first part, is a noun, an official paper that allows you to do something, like a work permit.
You need a work permit to get this job.
Exactly. And permit, stress on the second part, is a verb, and it means to allow something.
This ticket does not permit you to enter after 9 o'clock.
Perfect. One more. Produce and produce. Produce, stress on the first part, is a noun, and it means fruits and vegetables, especially fresh ones from a farm.
We bought fresh produce at the market this morning.
And produce, stress on the second part, is a verb, meaning to make or create something.
This factory can produce hundreds of cars every day.
So now we have 6 pairs today: present, record, object, contract, permit, and produce, all following the very same rhythm.
6 words, one simple pattern. That already feels like a lot of new vocabulary in a really manageable way.
That's exactly the point. You're not learning 6 random rules, you're learning one rule 6 times.
I really like how you explained that. One rule, many words.
All right, Jessica, let's talk about the mistakes people make with word stress.
Yes, because mistakes are actually great teachers.
Mistake number 1, saying every syllable with the exact same energy, like a robot. For example, present with 2 equal beats.
Ugh, I hear this all the time from beginners.
The correct way is to make one syllable clearly stronger, present or present, depending on the meaning.
And why? Because English listeners use stress to understand meaning quickly. Without clear stress, a sentence can sound confusing, even if every word is correct.
Mistake number 2, using the noun stress when you mean the verb, like, I will present my project tomorrow.
This one is tricky because it still sounds understandable.
The fix is simple. Remember, action equals stress on the second part. I will present my project tomorrow.
See? Not scary at all.
And the last common mistake is thinking that stress only matters in long, difficult words.
Many learners think this is only important for advanced English, but actually, short and common words like present and record are exactly where stress makes the biggest difference.
The right way is to notice stress patterns from the very beginning, even in simple, everyday words.
Now, if you've been making these mistakes, don't panic.
Everyone makes mistakes. Even native speakers mix up stress sometimes with less common words.
The important thing is to keep speaking, keep noticing, keep trying.
Silence is worse than a wrong stress.
Exactly.
Let's add one more mistake because I think it's really common too. Some learners try to stress almost every syllable in a long sentence, which makes their English sound choppy.
Oh, that's true. I remember doing that when I was nervous, saying every word with the same heavy weight.
The fix here is to relax the unstressed words in a sentence, small words like the, to, and for, and save your strongest energy for the important, meaningful words.
So it's not just about single words like present, it's also about the whole sentence having its own natural rhythm.
Exactly. Once you master stress inside single words, the next step is noticing stress across a full sentence, but that's a topic for another episode.
I can't wait for that one. For now, let's focus on getting comfortable with today's pattern.
There's one more mistake worth mentioning, and it happens even to intermediate learners. Sometimes people learn the noun form perfectly, use it correctly for months, but never actually practice the verb form out loud.
So they recognize it when they hear it, but they still hesitate when they need to say it themselves.
Exactly. Recognizing a pattern while listening is a completely different skill from producing it confidently while speaking.
That's such an important distinction. So what's your advice for closing that gap?
Speak the words out loud every single day, even for just 2 or 3 minutes. Say the noun form, then immediately say the verb form, back to back, so your mouth gets comfortable moving the stress.
I really like that advice because it turns a grammar idea into a physical habit, almost like training a muscle.
That's a perfect way to describe it. Your tongue and your breathing need practice, just like any other skill.
Okay, let's put everything together with some quick practice.
Yes, let's make this really practical.
Imagine you're planning a birthday party, and later you also need to explain your work project.
What would you say?
First, about the gift, I already bought her a beautiful present.
Then, about right now, at the present moment, we are decorating the room.
And finally, about tomorrow's work, tomorrow I need to present my report to my boss.
See how natural that sounds when the stress matches the meaning?
This is real English, not textbook English.
Now, everyone listening, I want you to try something.
Create your own sentence using present, either as the gift or as the action of showing something.
Say it out loud, even if you're alone right now.
Practice builds confidence.
And if you make a mistake, say it again.
That's how learning works. One more quick round. Try these 3 words out loud. Record, object, and contract, first as nouns.
Now say them again as verbs. Record, object, contract.
Did you feel the stress move? That small shift is the whole secret.
You're doing amazing. That's real progress.
Let's try one final challenge. I'll say a sentence, and you decide in your head whether present is a noun or a verb and where the stress should go.
I like this game. Go ahead, Jessica.
Sentence 1. The manager will blank the new plan at the meeting.
That's an action, so it's pre-sent. Stress on the second part.
Correct. Sentence 2. I still have the blank you gave me last year.
That's a thing, a gift, so it's present. Stress on the first part.
Perfect score. See how quickly your brain can make this decision once you know the pattern?
It really does become automatic with just a little practice.
And that's the beautiful part. You don't need to memorize a long grammar rule. You just need to ask, is this a thing or an action? And the stress follows naturally.
Before we finish, let's talk about why this small detail actually matters so much in real conversations.
Good idea, because some learners might think, it's just one syllable. Does it really change so much?
It really does. Imagine you're at work and you tell your boss, I will present the numbers tomorrow, with stress on pre.
What happens?
A native English speaker might feel a tiny confusion for a second because your stress pattern sounds like you're talking about a gift, not an action. It doesn't break the sentence completely, but it adds a small moment of friction.
And in fast, natural conversation, that little friction can make the listener pause or ask you to repeat yourself.
Exactly. And when you repeat yourself often, it can feel tiring, and it can also lower your confidence, even though your grammar and vocabulary were already correct.
So word stress isn't just a small detail for perfectionists. It directly affects how smoothly people understand you.
That's exactly right. And here's the encouraging part. Once you learn this pattern for a handful of common words, your ear starts to recognize it in brand new words too, even words we didn't mention today.
Really? Even without studying every single word one by one?
Yes, your brain is excellent at finding patterns. After practicing present, record, object, contract, permit, and produce, you'll start to naturally guess the stress correctly on similar new words, almost without thinking.
That's such a relief because English has thousands of words, and it would be impossible to memorize every single one by itself.
Exactly why we focus on patterns here at A1 English Podcast instead of long lists to memorize. Patterns give you power over many words at once.
I also want to mention something for anyone feeling nervous about their accent.
Please go ahead.
You don't need a perfect native accent to be understood clearly, but getting the stress right on important words like these makes an enormous difference, often more than perfect pronunciation of every single sound.
That's such an important point. Many learners spend hours worrying about individual sounds, but stress and rhythm often matter even more for being understood easily.
So if you only remember one thing from today, remember this. Notice whether a word is a thing or an action, and let that guide your stress.
Simple, practical, and something you can start using in your very next conversation.
Let's also give a quick tip for practicing on your own, at home.
Great idea. Try this. Pick one pair, like present, and say 10 sentences using the noun, then 10 sentences using the verb, out loud, back to back.
That repetition trains your mouth and your ear together, so the correct stress becomes automatic, without you needing to think about the rule every single time.
Exactly. And after a few days of practice, it stops feeling like a rule at all. It just feels natural, like riding a bicycle.
I love that comparison. At first it feels wobbly, but soon you don't even think about balancing.
That's the goal for every lesson here on A1 English Podcast, turning careful rules into natural, automatic habits. All right, let's quickly review what we learned today.
First, we talked about what word stress actually is, the syllable that gets more energy in a word.
Then we explained how present changes meaning depending on the stress, present for the noun, present for the verb.
We also covered other examples like record, object, and contract, which followed the very same pattern.
And most importantly, we practiced using this rule in real, natural sentences.
Remember, you don't need to be perfect.
You just need to be confident and keep trying.
English is a tool for communication, not a test.
So speak, make mistakes, learn, and improve.
That's the journey.
If this episode helped you understand word stress better, please hit the like button.
And if you want more real English lessons like this, subscribe to A1 English Podcast.
We upload new episodes to help you improve your English naturally.
Thank you so much for learning with us today.
Keep practicing, keep improving.
Bye, everyone.
See you in the next episode.